Well, this is the turn end from winter 1725 up until the summer of 1726. I spared you the setup. You saw it at the end of the last video, how I was setting it all up, the Chevaux de Frise. These are the infantry that I brought down off the wall to put in some flanking fire. His artillery has knocked down the wall. This is the third wave of attacks, by the way, from the Wurttemburgers, where they've attacked us at the turn end. We're against the behind the Chevaux de Frise, as you can see there. Don't seem to be sending any cavalry in at all, or hardly any cavalry, so... Anyway, the intention is to do a slightly shorter video on this one. I'm going to try and get it onto HD, so that you can see the quality, the same sort of quality I can see. Unfortunately, it's raining at this battle, so you're really not going to see sort of bright sunlight, which is a shame, really. I can't determine these things. Anyway, third wave of attacks. This is the biggest. Each one before it has been 2 or 3 regiments. This one's about 6 or 7. It's obviously been waiting for more reinforcements to come, which couldn't appear until the walls were knocked down as well. So I'm hoping to show you some nice close-up shots of the rank fire, or firing by rank, as they call it, that technology there. Firing by rank. I don't know what these chaps are doing. They seem to be getting lazy. I think it's just the end ones to the left there that are firing at the nearest unit. Something you need to watch out for, that, by the way, in that they will fire at the nearest unit, even if it's not necessarily the one that they can all get the best arc of fire against. So I've got one regiment bearing the brunt of all this, as you can see. The other regiment, nobody seems to be attacking that one. I've left it there, though, just in case anything does come round, because if there are gaps, they will go through them. That's why I've got those troops on the other side of the building as well. Now, I don't know if you noticed in those close-ups there, and you might notice again soon, that the Wurttemburgers don't even have bayonets, so the poor souls don't stand much of a chance. It's just like picking bits of cheese up with a cocktail stick, I'm afraid, that one there for my lads. The Scots are the ones in the middle. They're in a column formation. They're in melee mode. There's a good reason for that. It's so that they don't fire. The last thing I want them to do is fire into or over or across their own troops. So I've got them on melee mode, and the idea is, of course, that they're going to attack into the back there when my lads start to suffer a little bit too much. I've got my militia units at the back. They're my lesser units. They're just protecting the back, making sure nothing runs round, like cavalry or whatever that might run around that area. It only takes 1 or 2 people to get onto that central area, and then the battle is begun to be lost. Yeah, you can see me moving these men round now. I'm going to try and get this on HD, like I say, so I'm going to do a slightly shorter video. In the past, I've made 2 attempts of putting it on HD, and I'm wondering if the frame rates that I record this at in the first place is too much. So I'm recording it at frame rates sometimes of up to 60 per second. Now, I don't think I need to record at that kind of frame rate. I just recorded that for my own use in the first place and just left it there. So I've now reduced it to 25 frames per second. And as you can see, that's absolutely fine. Well, on the last video and part of the one before it, that was on 25 as well, so you'll have seen from there that there shouldn't have been any reduction, I wouldn't have thought, in quality. Certainly from when I look at the videos, I don't watch them on YouTube, but when I look at the videos I make, it doesn't seem to make that much difference anyway. So I'm sorry to go into all this technical stuff, but it's just so that you know sort of what I'm attempting to do. If you see it on HQ on high quality, then it means I've tried and tried and tried again, and it's taken me ages to upload, and it's rejected the upload because I do seem to have problems. Not only making the videos, which takes ages and ages to do on HD, but also uploading them. It can take 4 hours. One time I left it overnight and checked it in the morning, to see if it had gone on, and certainly it hadn't done. So it seems to be uploading, and I'm following the instructions from YouTube, which is the pixel ratios. So I don't quite understand what that is. Anyway, I think it might be the frame rates. I think it's far too big a file to upload. Anyhow, here we go. We've now got the whole of his infantry against my 2 units now in the middle, because I've thrown in the Scots as well while I've been chatting away, and I've got my infantry here firing in from the left flank of my own infantry, and I've got those across the way over the other side firing in from the right flank. He's got a lot of men there in the middle, so he could well overwhelm me, but of course the Scots are good fighters as well, so And I've still got militia units, of course, that I could throw in as well at the back. I would have thought they'd have broken by now, what with fire from both flanks, and losing men quite heftily to the front as well in the melee. But it doesn't seem to be happening, so I'm going to bring some more out as well. I'm going to bring this militia unit, they're the ones I brought from the back. I left some others at the back, of course, just to cover the back, just in case. And now I'm going to pull these regulars round the back of his men, so I've got him completely boxed in, and we'll shoot at him from the rear, from both flanks, and we'll fight him to the front at the same time. And we'll see how long his morale lasts now. Looks like my men might be in the way of their own men there, so I'll just pull those over, out of the way a bit. No worries about the chevaux de frise, of course, on infantry. Don't need to be concerned about that. They're just there for the cavalry if he runs them through. He did run some cavalry through, by the way. I think they were General's cavalry. And they just got shot to pieces and ran away straight away. They didn't even get as far as the chevaux de frise, I don't think. Okay, some of his men are starting to leave now. You can see his front troops beginning to waver. I suspect that's through casualties rather than being fired at in the rear, although it should really be because they're being fired at in the rear. Oh, there's about 2 or 3 now out of the 6 that are going. Yep, they're starting to run away. Don't want too many of those to get away, so I will be taking my cavalry out to the left-hand side of the fort. That's the direct to the rear of where I am now, just to chase any routers off from the outside. Okay, this is finishing off the battle. Like I said, I'm going to make it brief. He was defeated, run back. Of course, we boxed him in, killed plenty of them. We're now going for his artillery with our horse. And what I'm going to do is show the type of victory that it is, and then I'll just show you the casualty figures as well, and then I'll end the game at that, so that I can keep it short. So you can read all that for yourself. You can see that there's massive casualties in our favour, and if you have a look on there you see which units are most successful.